welcome back. What's going on, everybody? Time to get into this broadcast. Did you guys all get the notification that went out with on YouTube? Because some people have been telling me they haven't been getting their notifications. And if you haven't gotten your notifications, what you need to do is go right now and go into where it says subscribe, and you need to hit the notifications and then turn them to all. Because YouTube will, from time to time, they'll just go through and unsubscribe people from notifications, things like that. So if you want to make sure you get all the broadcasts, do yourself a favor and go make sure you have your notifications turned to all. We're in the red room today. You guys like the red room? You know, the two major scenes I have was the party room with the flashing lights of the choreograph with the songs. Then I have the candlelight room, which is, why not? Here's my candlelight. Candlelight in you. See the candlelight's flickering? I got a fireplace look, but in July it's a little warm for the fireplace. And then we go to the red room. This is general intermission room, and then I have my my ambiance room. Ambiance, my ambulance. Okay, but most stuff gets done from the red room. All right. Thank you to everybody that's been showing up to watch these shows. Thank you guys so much. You've made this, I guess, one of your go-to spots on the weeknight. So let's keep it going. The funny thing is, as an image consultant, which is what I am, I'm a lifestyle coach. For those of you who don't know, I spent almost 25 years in corporate America in business to business sales. Well, 22 years. And almost 15 of that was in advertising and marketing. Advertising, marketing, and PR. I've had a broad career in corporate America. I started off in engineering, strangely enough, different story. But the net of it is from as far back as I can remember, as an only child, I was acutely aware of how much I did not have the normal social skills my classmates did. Why? I didn't have any siblings. As an only child, I didn't have any siblings, so, only time I had a chance to practice social skills was at school. And when you're at school, you're supposed to be doing what? You're supposed to be learning. And back then, it was very frowned upon to be sitting down there talking in class. So I used to get in trouble a lot talking in the classrooms and things like that, but I had to learn my way. But when I was coming up, we at least had recess and playground time. So I got a chance to sharpen and hone my skills that way. But the main thing is I realized that I needed to be at school more, to be around more kids. I mean, I had kids in the neighborhood, but trust me, my neighborhood was different than my school. The neighborhood was the hood. So being good in school, I volunteered for after school projects. I was always around at school. Started out with the safety patrol in elementary, got into band in the 4th grade, and then the rest is, as you say, downhill. I mean, from the band, you got band practice, you got concerts, you got all kind of things. And, being the drum major of the band, I've always liked to be out front in the mix, as it were. And I improved my social skills. But the funny thing is, the guys I hung out at school with, my best friends, those were the geeks and the nerds, the guys who had awkward social skills. It's gonna be all right. You'll be all right. It's too dark. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. The geeks and the nerds, they had the least social skills. Okay? The geeks and the nerds had the least social skills. So what I did with those guys is I actually helped them improve their social skills by when I was interacting with the cool kids and all those kind of things. Why is this important? Well, I've always been smart. I've always done well in school and academics, but that's hard skills. It's the soft skills that determine your success in life. And sadly, today, far too many people have horrible relationship skills. Today, ladies, we're going to talk to you because I've talked to the guys about this. Now, today is going to be your turn, ladies. Women, why women are alone. You need better relationship skills. Let me go ahead and get this started off. Before I get into it, I want to say this is not a dig at anybody. But one thing I did last night, and I'm going to, let me see, maybe I'll show it. Maybe I'll show it on my computer screen. Last night, I was just doing research for my next topic. And I went and I did a quick Google search on this topic. And I tell you right now, I was amazed. I was amazed at what happened when I went and did a quick search on YouTube. When I went up, boomer sooner, baby. Sooner born, I'm sooner bred, and when I die, I'll be sooner dead. Rah, rah, okay, rah, rah, okay, rah, rah, okay, okay, you. Okay, when I did a quick search on the interwebs, I went and searched the art of femininity, and this is what I found. I found a channel called The Art of Femininity. I found a woman called Miss Femininity, another channel called Feminine Excellence, another lady, Linda Sandrine, some lady by the name of Rachel Jane. Of course, there's Chrissy, the New Feminine. There has been a literal explosion of femininity influencers on YouTube. And what do I mean? Well, I went and just looked at some of these channels. Some of these channels started like a month or so ago. These channels have started anywhere from 2019 to 2020. Let's go back. Miss Feminine here. 60 some odd thousand subscribers. She has like 15 videos, 60,000 subscribers. And what I noticed is all of these femininity channels, and they were all kind of on the same format to where I thought, is this the same channel? It sounded like a black person from the UK. Bunches of pictures. But the influencer is not there. I mean, go do it yourself when you have a chance. Go search The Art of Femininity and look at all the channels that come up. Every one of those channels I went on, I did not see one content creator on camera. I saw a bunch of slideshows and videos talking about femininity, elegance, this and that. And I'm like, now, how odd is it that I just searched a keyword and the entire first page was black, female, femininity? That's completely odd. You search fragrance, and I guarantee you won't find the first page littered with black people. And you look at the channels, and they've all been around in less than 2 years. What does that tell me? That tells you that there has been an explosion of black, female, femininity influencers. I did not know this. I mean, I've heard it talked about. And here's the thing. Cool. But see, one thing that I know, that ladies, you can be feminine, but being feminine, that's only one part of it. Femininity does not necessarily translate into better relationships. So go learn femininity from women. That's what you should. But when you want to learn about relationship skills, it is better for you to come to men. Why? Well, let's just look at it from a market product standpoint. The end consumer of the product that is a woman is a man. The end consumer of a product that's women is men. Meaning, if the end of the day, men are what's buying you, feminine or not, men are the ones buying you. So you need to ask the customer what they want. And that's one of the main things I've seen. One of the main things I've seen be missing so much in these most recent YouTube channels. Feminine this, feminine that, feminine, 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 feminine. And it's funny. Some of these channels I thought, are these the same people? Because the voices sound the same, but it doesn't matter. Getting a similar message, and then to go in the comment section full of women. Great. Where are the relationships? Where are the marriages? Where are all that stuff coming out of? Because, like when I work with someone as an image consultant, no one comes to an image consultant to get an image update or an improvement without an end goal in mind. There's always an outcome. There's always an outcome, whether it's a personal outcome or a professional outcome. There's always an outcome. What is the outcome of improving your femininity? Inevitably, there's somehow going to be a man involved. But women cannot teach you about what men want. They can teach you how to be feminine and be attractive to a man, but that's it. Women are alone because you need better relationship skills for the long term, not the short term, for the long term. For the long term. Now, again, I've already done this with the guys. So, any knucklehead, big head woman coming in and talk about, yeah, but what about the men? What I need the moderators to do is when you see some woman coming in and say, yeah, but what about the men? I just need you to point her out to me so I can make fun of her. Okay? Because I've been doing this for the men for years. It's time for you, ladies. Why do you need better relationship skills? Hey, Tiffany, what's going on? Well, first of all, look at where y'all got me at on likes. 1,400 people in here. We only have 500 likes. Tiffany, this is all your fault. This is all Tiffany's fault. Tiffany Ellie out there in LA did it. It's all Tiffany's fault. That's right. We're going to have to get these likes up or else we don't go any further. Y'all, nope. Not going to do this to me. Get the likes up. Big head rascals. Get them likes up. Get them up, get them up, get them up, get up. I actually put a post up on Mix today, and I said in October, I'm going to decide whether or not I'm going to stay in Atlanta or whether or not to move to LA. Atlanta, or I said LA. But California's been shut down again. Never know. Maybe I'll go. I said, oh, well, maybe go back to New York City. I would rather go to LA than New York City because I've already lived in New York City. So stay in Atlanta, LA, or go to London. Which one? Well, let's do it. All right, we're getting the likes up. So let me ask you ladies a question. Let me ask you ladies a serious question. In love, in love, in reverence, and all the nice words I can say for you ladies, let me ask you a question. Are you where you thought you'd be at this point in life? Are you where you thought you? Why not Dallas? Oh, Jesus Christ, no. I lived in Dallas for 11 years. I'm never going back to Texas. Too expensive? Only if you broke. I'm not broke. I'll do just fine. I can afford to live anywhere I want to. Thank you, Jesus. But I'm good. See, I don't worry about the too expensive thing. See, over here, men make shit happen. I work hard. I'm good at what I do so I can pay my way. That's what we need to be, black men. We should stop talking about this scarcity and fear. Oh, it's too hard. It's too expensive. It's too much. Make more fucking money. Are you, ladies, I need to ask you a question. Are you where you thought you'd be at this age? Are you where you thought you'd be at this age? Relationship-wise. I don't care about your career, your house, your car, your 401k, any of that. I need to know, are you where you thought you would be relationship-wise at this age? That's a yes or a no. Where you thought you'd be relationship-wise. I don't care about your career, your house, your car. No. The answer is no. All right. Well, how about this? If you are not where you thought you would be relationship-wise, it would be smart to change. Make an adjustment, do something different, right? Right? This is why I stress counseling and sitting down with a professional and getting a therapist, a personal trainer, an image consultant, and a matchmaker, because that's what it's going to take to get some of you guys back to work, get you where you thought you were going to be on track. But are you where you thought you'd be? If not, let's talk about it. Where did you think you would be at this time, ladies? Did you think you'd be married? Most women felt like they'd be married by this age. Most women felt like they'd be married by this age, and you're not. See, that's why I took the career and kids and all that away. I took all that away because I knew that's what would happen. If I allowed you to just use the kids and things like that, it would be, oh well, I'm not where I thought I'd be, but I love my children. It ain't got nothing to do with your kids. Okay? Nothing to do with your children. You can love your children all you want to, but it's not about them. Okay? Let's get real with it. Most of you thought you'd be married. Some of you are divorced and you never thought you'd be here. Cool. Well, here's the thing. If you're not where you thought you'd be, whose fault is that? Whose fault is it? Whose fault is it? How long is your longest relationship? Or how long was your longest relationship? How did it end? Who ended it and why? Black women in particular, this is the most advanced time in human civilization ever. And women have the highest levels of freedom, education, opportunities, options, etc. Yet most women are making some of the most ridiculous decisions ever. I need you to ask yourself a question. Think back to, go back to 200 years ago, 300 years ago, 400 years ago, agrarian society, when life was really hard. And ask yourself, when did women become such snowflakes? When did women become such snowflakes? I mean, it was common for women to have 10, 11 kids, 5, 6, 7. Women had kids, get married at 18 and you having kids until you're 30. Have a baby, get back out in the field. When did women become such snowflakes? And could these women today have survived in real hard times? See, a lot of the issues and problems and things you hear, a lot of things being discussed, these are first world problems. Men have civilized the world in general to such a state that women really don't have anything to complain about like they did in previous generations. Your children aren't dying like they were back in the day. Infant mortality is nowhere near where it used to be. Is it? So you're not dying in childbirth. You got it easier than you ever have. You have freedom. You got all these things, but you can't maintain relationships. Why? Because regardless as to how low the marital rate is, we know women file 70 to 80% of all divorce actions. It's more acceptable today to be a single mother, a baby mama, than ever before. Hell, many mothers today were pregnant longer than they were with the father. Many women today were pregnant longer than they were with the father of the child. Are you where you thought you'd be? And if not, ladies, why? Who ended your longest relationship, your marriage? Why did it end? Who ended it? And the question is, when I asked about the snowflake conversation, why are you so quick to judge? Why are you so quick to judge other people, men? Why are you so quick to judge men? Why are you so quick to throw men away? Why are you so quick to judge people? Why are you so quick to throw people away, ladies? Why are you so quick to walk out, leave, or divorce? Why? Because human beings have evolved to be together. It is unnatural for a woman, especially a woman with a child, to not want to have a man around. That goes against your biological nature. And the fact that women have become comfortable with this to the point to where, to where it's like, well, is this wrong? Yeah, it's wrong. Of course it's wrong. That's not how you're biologically wired. You're not supposed to be this way. Why? Well, because now you have your own jobs and your own paycheck and all things like that. And you actually have, firefighters and policemen to call and things like that. So here's where we got to. Do you even value relationships anymore? I mean, relationships are supposed to help you improve your money, your resources, your property, your opportunity, your network, your personal life, your social life. You're supposed to improve your overall mental health, mental well-being, physical health, physical well-being. Have someone to share life with, go through life with, chronicle life through. That's what relationships are supposed to do. But yet, far too many women, in today's Ladies' Day, far too many women simply fail at relationship. Well, if that's the reality, the question has to be asked. If you're not where you thought you would be and you want something different, how do you learn it? Because it's too late to go back to school and you can't ask your mama. It's too late to go back to school and you can't ask your mama. Who do you ask? Well, like I said, go learn femininity from femininity influences. That's only one part. You're going to have to learn relationship skills from men. Because men know how men think and what men want. When I'm doing my corporate image consult thing, companies often send their employees to a corporate image consult training to get them to learn things or to say things to their employees that they cannot say at work. You can have a dress code and a dress policy, but if you have somebody that has a hygiene issue, companies in this whole cancel culture, Me Too, run a real risk of telling anybody anything because we become such snowflakes. But here's the thing. That's kind of what has to happen with women. You need to come talk to men to learn to improve your social skills. How many times have you heard me talking to women and they think they're talking and saying things to men and they think they think they got it together. And they're really surprised at who men are. And well, you know what? I can show you better than I can tell you. People, let's see. How many people have lost their channels this week? 6 people have lost their channels this week for using my content. I'm not playing with y'all. When I say don't use my content, I mean it. Don't use my permission. 6 channels in 2 days. And they were all channels that were monetized. Don't play. Let's see.
In this moment, yes, I cannot say what's wrong or right. No, it's not hard to fool me. No, 'cause I'm addicted to the good life. Yes. Yeah, lead the way. I follow. No need to say. Where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. To the edge of it all. So tell your good night. 'Cause I'll find no better one. Yeah. So simple.
Yeah, guys, I've had people decide that they think they can just come to my platform and copy my content and do what they want to. I've got 2 people in federal court right now. So I'm letting you know, folks, I'm not playing with you. I think a lot of folks just think this is a game and they think that these videos are just what they want to. When you sign that YouTube form, you got your information out there. I'm not going to say anything. Keep playing. Keep playing if you want to. Now, if you want to use my content, request permission. And if I grant it, cool. If not, I'll keep taking y'all's money. Anyway, I'm going to leave that there. We're the only group of people that feel like that we can just, because Black people, we have just no chill. It's like, I see it, I'll use it. Nah, you can't have that.
Yeah. Luna. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar, un lugar para trabajar, y si no hay para emigrar. Todo money, money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Funny, funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienes lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios te la ve. Que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos malos buenos y tenemos fe. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo fue. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Yo digo las cosas como son. No quiero ninguna aceptación. Tampoco vengo a pedir perdón porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción. Yeah, no me vale mucho como tú me ves. Sabes, tú me llegas solo a los pies. Para mí ser grande es un interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work, yeah. El mundo quiere dinero, yeah, yeah. Money work, se arregla con dinero, yeah. Money work, de corazón. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Yeah, de corazón, yeah. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah, 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 yeah. Money work. Money work. Money work. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Lunático.
And
I
well,
want to
Go
ask
ahead.
you a question, but I'm not sure if I can.
Well, the thing is, I don't want you guys. You want to ask Jessica a question?
No, you.
Oh, go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
That's why I called in.
Go
For
ahead.
me, the thing I'm struggling with, I'm trying to transition from that world into the real world, but it's actually a real struggle for me because of I'm used to the fast money, get money fast, spend money fast, live the fast life.
Yeah.
Now that I'm moving into the real world, I'm struggling to find a man because I'm actually always nervous that they will find out about my past. How do I navigate that? And what do I do? Do I tell them or do I just keep quiet? But
Well,
if I keep quiet, what if it comes up someday?
okay. So you're transitioning out of sugar baby into you're trying to become a soccer mom.
Yeah, and I have had some interesting pictures online, but I paid like $20,000 to this company
Okay.
and they tried
I
out
know women who are
everything.
escorts
Like,
who are. I know women
yes.
who are actual well-known escorts who've transitioned. Here's the reality.
Hmm.
If you're trying to find a man a certain amount of means, he's going to do his due diligence on you anyway. You can scrub as much as possible. The thing is, um, I would say, where are you going? Why do you want what you want? And then where are you going to get it? Because that sugar baby lifestyle, that fast money lifestyle, is not the same thing. We go find a quote unquote Henry. It's going to be very different. And there are not a lot of suckers out there either. That's what I think a big misperception is that, you know, that you got guys who are making really, really good money and they are not logical men. They know why women are around them.
Hmm. They
Why do,
know, yes.
yeah. And the question is, how old are you? Let's start there. How old are you?
I am 27.
Okay. And do you want to be a wife?
Yes, that's actually my goal before I
Oh,
turned 30. I graduated from grad school last
oh,
year and
okay.
I'm working at
So,
a
what
finance
kind of
firm
wife do
right
you
now.
want to be? What kind of wife do you want to be? You want to be a stay-at-home wife, meaning you don't
I
have
want
to.
to I want to stay at home when my kids are younger, but when they turn 5, I want to go back into the real world.
Oh, what do you mean go back into the real world? Go work?
Like I want to have a career once my kids get a little older.
Career doing what?
I studied finance and I studied entrepreneurship in grad school.
Uh huh.
So I want to do something. Maybe right now I'm working at a financial company, but eventually I want to have my own business, do my own thing and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Well,
But I want
I would
to,
tell you basically based on what I'm hearing, you're gonna have a real hard time because one, you come from a sugar baby lifestyle where you're in control of your own moves. You have a grad degree, already works
yes,
against you. And then you say, I want a man who, and let's be real, you don't want a broke man. You want a man with significant six figures. But yet you still
yes.
want to be able, but yet you still want to be able to go out and after your kids get school age, you want to go be back out. Those kind of
I
men,
want to do that. If
hold on,
my
listen,
man,
listen, men at that level are not looking for a woman. You have a plan. You want a man to sit in. You want a wife. You're not
Yes.
trying to be a wife.
Hmm.
That ain't gonna work. That's not gonna. And you're 27, and you have this background in risky pictures. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
The
See,
pictures, okay, the pictures are deleted. I spent
I don't care
$20,000
if
and
they're. I
everything.
don't care if they're deleted or not. The fact of the matter is, man, you cannot. Okay, you want the benefits of being a traditional feminine woman in a new masculine role. You want to. You want a wife.
Hmm.
Why do you want your children once they're school age for you to go back and start a career? Why do you want to do that? If you already got a husband that can take care of everything, why do you want to do that?
Well, it depends. If I have a husband who can really, really take care of me and the kids, and I don't need to work,
Why
I
would you
am not
not marry?
going to
Why would
work.
you marry a man who can't do that and give him kids?
No, I said if I find a man who can do that, I will not need to go back to work, but I don't want to give up everything, all my power
There
to a
you
man.
go. There
That
you
scares
go.
me.
There you go. Thank you. You want to.
That
There you go.
scares me.
Hold on. Hold on. I know what I heard when I heard it, and I'm
Hmm.
calling bullshit.
Hmm.
You want a fool.
No, I just want things
Yes,
on
you
my
do.
terms.
No, no, exactly. That's right. You want things on your term. And guess what? If you could have things on your term, you would have had it already because you've already had plenty of high level men. How come you haven't cashed out before 27?
Oh, no, no, no. I don't want to be married to those men. Number two, most of them were older, like in their 50s and
Who
60s.
the
They were
fuck do
not.
you think makes this kind of money, ma'am? 20-year olds? See, this is
Okay,
Jessica, this
so,
is what I'm talking about. The delusional woman. See, the world can have these, but we can't have men
Yeah.
acting like this. This is fucking delusional. You want a complete total package, but yet then you want the ability to go squirt out some kids, then you want to go right back in the corporate world because at the end of the day, you don't want to really rely upon a man, depend upon a man. You want to control all the cards. And the guys that I know will stay away from you. They spot you coming and you'll think they're not messing with you because you were a sugar baby, because you had risque pictures. No, they're not going to mess with you because you're a bad bet. I am not a therapist and I can tell all kind of shit is wrong with this. There's no way in hell I would justify having any guy that has any kind of means to touch you because you don't want to be married to be a wife. You want to be married. No, 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 no. Stay in the sugar baby world, stack your money, and get you a boy toy because to get a real masculine provider male, you're looking for a sucker, a beta male provider. Mm-mm. Don't deal with those.
okay, so what do you think I should work on to get to my goals? Because
Why do
I
you
already
think? Why
made
do
the
you think
money.
so
I
little
have
of
the
men? My
savings.
thing. My thing is this: why do you think so little of men?
Well, what I have experienced with them, that my experiences have made me think so little of them because
Okay,
I've seen what they've done behind the.
such as,
Okay,
such as.
Wow.
Hold on.
leaving their wives and children at home, coming to see someone, lying to their families,
Okay,
and all those things. I
okay.
have been the woman on the other side, and I have experienced it. I know
Okay,
what
so
these
let me
men are
ask you a
capable
let me
of
ask you a
because
question.
I
Let me ask you
unraveled
a
a
question. Let me
man.
ask you a question. Let me ask you a
Yeah, yeah,
question.
yeah.
One, why were
Mm.
you dealing with sugar daddies like that?
Why was I dealing with them?
Yes.
Because money.
Right.
It
So
was good.
Jessica, I put you on mute because I want to have this conversation. Yes, but you have the right of refusal. Yet you chose to deal with sugar daddies that lack character because of the money.
Most men that get in this hobby lack
No, ma'am,
character.
that is not true.
Most.
No, ma'am,
That
that
is
is not.
fact.
No, ma'am,
Because
that
they
is
have
no,
families, they have
no, ma'am,
children.
no,
They're
ma'am, no,
outliers.
ma'am, that is not.
Outliers.
No, ma'am, that is not true. And I'm not going to let you put that bullshit out here about most men. Those men that you decide to work with. I know more. I know too many guys that are not this way. And when I was out there, I wasn't this way. You took the highest bidder and you didn't worry about character. So don't pretend to try to make character an issue now when you were involved in adultery, when you were involved in being a mistress. The nerve of you. But let me go ahead and move on to the next subject. Because of the men you've chosen to interact with, what kind of therapy have you actually gotten on an individual level?
I I'm actually going right now. I have been going for 6 months now,
Good, good.
and it
Because
has it. One thing I realized is that I had a lot of daddy issues. I guess
yes,
that's why I was very
yes,
attracted to most of
yes,
them. I was using them to fill that hold and
yes.
gap, and I'm realizing that now. But in a few years, I actually want to move on to the next chapter of my life.
Stop. Stop right there. Stop
And
right
I
there. Stop right there. Stop right there. Stop right there. Let me get. I need you to focus on what I'm about to say. Right. Okay.
okay.
You don't get to put a clock on this. You are
Mm,
27. You have daddy issues, and you've only been in counseling for 6 months. You don't get to say in 2 years, I'm ready to move on. You're ready to move on when you work the process. If it's 2 years, it's 2 years. If it's 15, it's 15. But at the end of the day, the woman that's on this phone right now, you have a negative opinion of men. And no
okay.
man and no man deserves to have to deal with a woman like that,
Hmm.
especially a man with resources. Again, ma'am,
So
if
you
you're in again,
so
man, I want you to listen to what I'm about to say. If you are in therapy for the last six
mhm,
months, you
mhm,
the one question I asked you, you did not take accountability. I asked you, why did you choose to deal with men who up front you knew what they were, married, whatever, whatever. You could have chosen to say, I don't deal with guys like that. I only deal with unmarried men. You could have chosen that, yes?
married men are more generous.
I didn't, right. So the
And
answer
I was
is,
just about my money.
so ma'am, but
Um,
the direct answer is yes. I could have chosen to deal with non-married men, but married men are more generous. Is that a yes or no question?
yes,
Right. So you
that's the
chose to
yes.
deal with married men. Yes or no?
I chose yes.
Okay. Then stop sounding like you have a moral high ground when you chose to deal with a married man.
I mean, I'm not saying I have a high moral ground. I'm just saying my experience, and this is what my experience was.
You
So
chose
you
your
think I
experience,
should
ma'am.
say,
You
you
chose
think
your
I should say, yeah,
you
I
chose
chose
your
my
experience.
experience,
So
and
why
I have
if it
reaped
was
the
if
reward for
my
it.
question
And
is
then
this, man. My question is this really. If ultimately you knew one day you wanted to get out of this game,
hmm
you chose to mess around with married men, knowing it was have when you could have chose to take less money and deal with unmarried men. You
hmm
chose the money.
hmm
You're a horror
yes.
story waiting to happen because it's all on the men. Come back and listen to this show.
hmm
I'm not even looking at the comment section. Come back and listen to this show. It's all been on the men. Your negative impact, your negative impression of men is because of your experience with men, but you are 100% in control of who you decide to interact with. No one put a gun
hmm
to your head and said you had to go with married men.
hmm
No one. So what you're really afraid of, honestly, is one, daddy issues. Two, you're afraid of that karma and chickens coming home to roost. You're afraid that you get with one of these provider kind of men, and then some new young sugar baby is gonna be fucking and sucking your boyfriend, your husband on the side. That's why you want to go back to work, because if you find that out happens, you want to run his ass through the family court system, take all his shit, and still have some of your stuff to go with. You are a problem. There's no way in hell I would recommend any of my guys get anywhere near you. You're a fucking nuclear Chernobyl disaster. Stay in counseling. Leave good men the fuck alone. You don't qualify for one from your own moral choices.
Right.
We all have to deal with what we have to deal with. And see, if there were men on the other side, I would tell them similar things. But you don't get to just decide to shake it all off and then to expect to go get a upstanding man. No, it's not how that works, man.
So that's
But
not
there,
how that works.
no,
Okay.
but kudos to you for being in therapy. Stay in therapy, let work the therapy, and then when you are really ready to take accountability for yourself and your choices, and you can say, yeah, then you'll be more likely, you'll be more capable of finding something that's going to be fulfilling to where you won't need a plan B or an exit strategy.
So do
That's
you
what that
think
job is.
if I reach that place mentally and emotionally, should I be honest about the past or should I just keep it to myself?
Uh, I would say be honest. Honesty
Be
always
honest.
works. We live in a connected
Okay.
digital world, and here's the thing: um, you'll be amazed. Many guys, come on, man. If you're a beautiful woman, guys expect beautiful, powerful men to be. If you're a beautiful woman, guys expect powerful men with resources to be around you. It's not uncommon, but you're judging it harshly. I would say you're judging it harshly in large part due to your current mind state. Give it some time, ma'am. You're 27. You've only been in 6 months. Give it a couple of years, and then you'll come back and you may realize that I look at this completely different. It's still too new for you right now. Okay.
Okay, I will give that a shot.
Thank you. All right. Bye bye. I'm going to unmute you, Jessica, and I'm going to Jessica go ahead and unmute yourself. All right. I don't know what's going on in the chat room at this point, but understand something. Um, that's the caller makes a good point about a gold digging lifestyle. Ladies, you cannot get past accountability. You are free. You have the right to vote. Women, you are the freest any group of women has ever been in recorded history. And with freedom comes responsibility. You cannot make men responsible for your poor choices. And women who are beautiful and have access to resources, you have access to some of the best mental and physical care. You should your brain is your biggest asset. This determines what you get in your life. So, at the end of the day, ladies, um, one of the biggest things guys really dislike when women do not take accountability for their choices, because the world holds us accountable. You want to ensure that you don't. You want to ensure that you deal with a lesser caliber or character of men. Keep playing those games. Go ahead, Jessica. Go ahead. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
Good. How are you?
First name, Andrea.
Yep, this is Andrea.
How old are you?
I am 30.
30. Is that your picture?
Mm-hmm. That is very much my picture.
So what did I get wrong about the level up, or are you ready to level up to find a high value man?
I feel like I'm leveled up to find a high value
Is that
man.
your
But of
dog in the
course I have
background?
that is, he hears me talking, so he wants me to come get him.
Yeah, well, strike one.
I'm puppy.
How tall
I'm
are you?
puppy. I am 5'8", 140.
What dress size?
I would say like a 6'4"-ish.
Okay, and what city do you live in?
Houston.
Houston. What's the longest relationship you've ever had?
Longest relationship I had was in college, 2 years.
And how long?
Or right after.
So your college was over at what, 22?
Yep, 21 for me.
So 21. So you had a 2-year relationship in college, and then for the last 8 years, what have you been doing?
So I worked corporate.
Okay.
I traveled a little bit. I'm born and raised in Houston, but I recently just moved.
Okay. You're breaking up. So
I'm kind of that. I just
hold
watched
on,
one
hold
of
on.
your
Can you hear
last
me? You're
entrepreneur
breaking. Hold on.
hairstylists. I am one of
Hey,
those
hey, hey,
girls.
hey, 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 hey.
But I mean,
Can you not
would
hear
you
me?
call them a radio?
She can't hear me. I'm not. Oh Lord, Lord. Hey, you need to take me off Bluetooth, and I'll unmute you. I can't hear you. You're over talking me. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
You are over talking me.
Oh,
Am
okay,
I
I'm
on
sorry.
speakerphone?
You are.
Can you take me off speakerphone, please?
Okay.
Because you can't hear me.
But how do I?
There's Jasmine, and there's Solina. So, hello.
I'm here.
So, you ended up not getting. You had a 2-year relationship in college, but I asked you, what did you do since college? You said you had a job in corporate America, and great. But plenty of women get married right after college. I saw tons of white women get married. Why? What were you doing?
I just felt like the guy I was with at the time, to be honest, he wasn't ambitious enough for me.
Wait a
I knew I
minute.
wanted.
You didn't claim a relationship in your after college.
Wait, say it again. I didn't claim a
You said
relationship.
the longest relationship you had was when you were in college.
Mm-hmm.
That's until age 22. And I said, what did you do after that? So you're accounting for the years 22 to 30. You didn't have a relationship in that time, or did you?
I did not.
Okay, what were you doing in those years of 8 years of being single while white women were getting married?
I was doing me.
Hold
I
on, hold
feel
on.
like
And I said white women for a reason. I am triggering them.
I
Yes.
don't care if they white or black.
Well, you were doing you.
I
What
was
does that
doing me.
mean?
Uh-huh. I was figuring out who I was.
Okay.
So I have sisters
So how many
who
men did
had
you have
high
to go
school.
through to figure that out?
I'm still going through them.
Okay. Were you raised by your dad? In
Stepdads
the house.
who
So no,
loved
you
me
weren't.
dearly in the house.
So
My
okay,
mom was.
okay. You weren't raised by dad.
Mm-hmm.
So did you pledge a sorority?
I did not.
Okay. What are you doing with that phone? Okay. Here's what I need you to do. Okay. Can you sit down?
Yes.
This girl is tripping.
I'm not tripping. I was
Yes, you are,
getting some
ma'am.
water, but I'm here.
I need you to pay attention. Okay. I'm about to be real.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I got a show with almost 4,000 people watching, and you walking around the house with a barking dog, pouring water, this all lackadaisical, like this is no big deal. No, that's not acceptable. I need you to, if you want me to talk to you seriously, I need you to sit down like you're at work and focus.
I'm here.
So you were doing you.
Mm-hmm.
Stepdad was not dad. Who's helping you sift through these men?
I would say nobody with my mom's first husband, but with my mom's second husband, who she's been married to for 18 years, was definitely in my life. Definitely. But he was not dad. So
Who's helping
that
you
counts
sift
for
through
some.
these men?
I would say my stepdad.
Okay, you pick your own men. Then after you pick
Mm-hmm.
them, you introduce them to them. You live in Houston, yes?
Mm-hmm.
And after college, you just been doing you.
Mm-hmm.
And you pick men based upon what?
Interest level. What
Which
they
means
have
to
going on.
black women starts off with looks and or swag.
No, not for me.
Oh, okay.
Interest level for me is the level of interest
So
that
you
they
pick
have
men
in me.
based off character and morals initially?
How they treat me, absolutely.
Well, you can't know that until you're interested. See
I
what?
know that by the way they approach me.
Okay.
I know that by the
Okay,
things they
man.
speak
Okay,
about.
ma'am. All right. If I had to get all of your exes in a room, what do you think they would say being like you is? What is it like being with you?
I'm cool. I'm fun. But I'm also very masculine in some ways, more ways than one. I think it would definitely be like,
Uh-huh. And why
uh-huh.
you can you whoop somebody's ass?
A couple people. I don't just,
Really?
count.
What size are you again?
No, I don't want to fight nobody. I'm 5'8", 140,
Yeah,
145,
you
but
talk
I don't
shit,
want
but you
to
can't
fight.
back it up.
A little bit. Why I gotta back it up physically?
Because that's what talking shit is supposed to do with you masculine ass women. See, there's a low level threat of violence between men. See, if you talk shit to a man as a man, you might get that furniture knocked out your mouth. But as women, you can just run off at the mouth and do the shit that you do and think it's funny. See, this little hee hee chuckling, that's not cute. That may fly with them simps and punks you deal with, but that don't fly with men. I see what you are. You're cuter than normal. And you've been on the CC picking men who you think, but ain't nobody wifed it and ain't nobody been in a relationship with you since 22. And the problem is dead in the mirror.
So that's my rating.
See, guys, here's the problem with these eternal sevens, as the caller is. Eternal sevens are used to being in a position where they condescend to men because the men, remember I told you the eights, nines, and tens get married and scooped up early on, and they sit out here and do them. And then when they get to 30 years old, and all of a sudden they decide they want to decide to, oh, now I really want to get serious about a man. But you find out that women like yourself, ma'am, you have no skills to deal with men, much less high level men. Zero.
I think that's why I called.
No, but see, the problem is that's cool. But in order to be able to work with a high level man, it's going to require, number one, I always suggest therapy. That's number one. Number two, whatever it is that it's a base of your uh, low level disrespect and contempt for men, you're going to have to check that. But as far as high level men, ma'am, you may quote unquote look the part, but the femininity is not there. The cooperative. Mm-hmm. I mean, I said it when you got on the phone. I heard the dog in the background. And all these are tells to guys like myself. 30, cute, dog, problem. You're on the phone, you're not really paying attention. It's all about you, man. That's cool. If you got guys who are blue pill beta male simps trying to suck your toenail, but guys like myself, you got to chase us. You got to not chase us. You got to be one of the women in the room trying to vie for our attention. High level men don't chase. And I ask you a simple question, man. Where's your history of cooperating with a man? Regardless as to how you look and what your degree is in your career, where's your history of cooperating with a man?
So like I said, my stepdads, they like really just let me be me.
So the answer is, ma'am, where's your history of cooperating with the man in a romantic, interpersonal level, not your stepdad?
No, I haven't done that.
Then, ma'am, why do you think you can all of a sudden just see what you're asking about is where you're ranked, but what is your looks? Okay, let's say you were drop dead gorgeous. And then what? That's why I asked you, what is it like to be with you? And you really don't know.
No, I do. I know everything that you just told me. And honestly, that's why I called.
No. I asked you, listen, I asked you, what would your exes say what it's like to be with you? Have you ever asked them? Have you ever sat your exes down and said, well, your last ex was in college. You haven't had a long
But can I tell you, I can still call him right now.
But it doesn't matter, man, because that was almost... Stick the dog in the closet somewhere. I mean, seriously, you haven't had a long-term relationship and going on a decade. That's unusual. Why?
Rudy, you got to be quiet.
Why?
I'm sorry.
Why would a woman in one of the fourth largest city like Houston? Why is it so hard for you to get a man?
It's not hard for me to get a man, honestly. Like,
well, why can't you keep a man?
Everything. Because everything you just said is true, and I think that is like my defense mechanism, to be honest.
Okay. Well, in order to overcome that, you're gonna have to do some therapy and some work. Because what did I say? 27 to 35 is what? Danger zone. Do you want children?
I do.
Okay. And I laugh because a lot of women get pets as a substitute for where a kid normally would be. See,
sir, I have 18 nieces and nephews. I'm not.
All right, here goes a sassy black girl attitude. I don't need this shit. Good luck with you. You can have all the nieces and nephews you want. Apparently they had luck with men that you didn't.
No, I'm saying
so that's apparently they had luck with men that you didn't. See, what is that shit supposed to do for me? Check your attitude, chick. I mean, seriously, check your attitude. Pull that shit on somebody you can pull it on. You can't pull it on me. I'm trying to help you, and you want to come out. I got 18 nieces and nephews. You don't have you don't have a man. You don't have a man. You don't know how to cooperate with men. And if you want to have what you want, you're gonna have to learn what men are. But your instinct is to fight. I have triggered you purposely several times here, and your first instinct is to attack back. You ain't that bad. You cannot handle it if a man decides to attack back.
I can. I'm accepting everything that you're saying. I'm waiting for like something that's going to help.
I've already told you what's
and you
going to
have said
help.
a lot
I've
of things.
already told you what's going to
Absolutely, you
help.
have, and I'm
Therapy.
listening
I've
and
already told you what's
receiving.
going to. Okay, all right. See, and when I say something, I've already told you what's going to help. Therapy. Why haven't you sought it?
No, I when you said it, I said okay.
But
I
okay,
agree with you.
but
Like,
why
okay,
haven't
that's
you? Why haven't you sought
20%
it?
agree.
Why haven't you sought it to date?
Realistically, this is a form of therapy for me. Talking to
No,
you,
ma'am, it's
I've been
not. No,
watching your
no,
YouTube
ma'am. No, no.
videos
See,
all
all
day.
all right, Bish. No, no. See, this is crazy. No,
Yeah.
nope, nope. Done. See, not gonna do with this. Get off my phone. Lost cause. Strag alert. Strag alert. Strag alert. Anytime you see an eternal 7, here's the tells, guys. Generally, they're in shape. Eternal 7s, anywhere from 28 to 36, and they own some sort of little yapping dog. College educated, so called career. Run from them. So we'll go ahead and give her the drum roll. See, women like her get upset when they can't get men to just bow down and listen to them, because she's used to men putting up with her little sassy attitude to try to get a whiff of her tail. You ain't that special to me. I've had better and will continue to get better. And see, that's what high value men who have something, they have the ability to tell you to shut the French toast up. And you don't like it. Here's the thing. How about this? Watch this. Do you have any home training? Do you have any home training? You do? Then why would you call a person's business line after hours? It's almost midnight. Why would you call my business line? Why would you call my business line and darn near midnight? Right. It said exactly who I am. It announced the business and everything. I have time for you silly people. See, Jasmine, I'm gonna mute you. Guys, understand something. Women like her, arguing gets them sexually excited. She was getting aroused. And that's dysfunctional. Women like that will, even if you were a perfect man, she would cause discontent just to fight so she could get aroused. It is unnatural. It is unusual for an attractive woman to have a 10-year span with no relationship. Red flags. Intermission. Let's get this money up. Get these likes up.
Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar, un lugar para trabajar, y si no hay para emigrar. Todo money, money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Funny, funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienen lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios te la ve.
We're about to open the call line. Let's see what we got going on. Oh man, we don't even have the likes up over 1,000. Oh man, we got to get the likes way up.
Seré el más grande.
Oh, let me help this chick out.
Money work. Se arregla con dinero.
Bye.
Money work. Yo digo las cosas como son. No quiero ninguna aceptación. Tampoco vengo a pedir perdón porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción. Yeah. No me vale mucho como tú me ves. Sabes tú
Moderators.
Solo a los pies. Para mí ser grande es un
Time out
interés.
any of these crazy people talking about the best from anything else. None of that time. No time for that. Come on. Again, it's only a problem. It's only a problem if you're outspoken. He shouldn't be saying these kind of things. We've got right to reason to be angry and unhappy. It ain't our fault. Cool, ain't nobody said it was. Nobody gonna put up with it though. Especially not men who've had to work to get to the next level. Luna. Hello.
Hi, I'm AJ.
How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I was just calling because I believe that it really depends on the situation when it comes to forgiveness. I feel like I have some situations where I personally need to forgive because.
What do you mean it depends on the situation?
Well, sometimes.
Well, first off, how old are you?
I'm 33.
Okay. Go ahead.
I was just going to mention that sometimes one person is in the wrong. They may have cheated. Sometimes the other person is in the wrong. They may have not been ready or been rude or dismissive. So I know in my personal situation, I have been dismissive or maybe not taking people seriously that I wish I had. So overall, I think it's situational, but I think that it's really about the emotional IQ of the person and if they're ready to admit that everyone has their flaws.
I want you to listen to all the words this woman was using. And I want you ladies, you to understand something. All the men in the chat rooms, eyes were rolling back in their heads, glazed over. What the French toast is this chick talking about? That's what all the guys were thinking. Again, remember what I told you? The more education a lot of you ladies tend to have, the worse your people skills tend to become. Because you want to sound so dadgum smart all the time. Go back to the broadcast for the kinds of women that high value men avoid like the plague. They talk like this.
And come to the table and talk about what they did and if they're ready to change.
So I still don't understand what you mean by it's situational.
Oh, so like, for instance, if you're saying should Black men or Black women forgive first?
Yeah.
I believe every situation is different.
Well, it can't be everything. See, that nuance thing doesn't work. It is what it is. Black men and Black women don't get along with one another. Who goes first?
I was saying my personal situation, I feel like I can go first because I've made some mistakes in certain situations.
I'm saying the macro situation. I'm talking about Black men or Black women. What side goes first? Macro.
Macro, I believe that women might have a little bit more emotional capacity to initiate it and might feel comfortable being vulnerable. And so if we have that capacity, we can go ahead and
again, does it sound like she's talking to a person? Ladies, watch what what I'm about to say to the men. Guys, Does it sound like that woman was actually speaking to a human being? Does it sound like she was speaking to a person? Or does she sound like she was giving a speech? Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. What the French toast? Lady, will you talk to me? Can you just give me a straight answer?
Yeah, sorry, I thought I was.
Well, see, oftentimes women think you're giving a straight answer, and men are just, when I say which go first, men or women, the answer is either men or women. It's not, well, if I think women, if they have the capacity, they should just which side? Are you saying women should go first?
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. I think
that no, ma'am. No, let me explain. That's again, she said, what? That's exactly what I said. Ladies, far too many of you talk and think like this, and Rebecca Lynn Pope said it. We're not your girlfriends. We don't talk the way you do. We don't use all those words. But in her mind, that's exactly what I said, you dummy. I mean, it was like, duh, dude, what the hell? And every man in the chat room was like, yeah. If y'all don't get these donations up, man, money whirl it. Let me explain something to you. Let me explain. Maybe this is different. See, miscommunication happens between us. I know what it is you think you're saying, but I'm telling you what most men hear. You can accept that. You can accept that. You can accept. You can accept that or not. I'm just telling you, this is one of the major complaints about men when they speak to women. You use too many words and too many nuance when you especially when you're being held down to a yes or no answer. On this channel, it happens all the time when I ask women a hardcore yes or no question. It's called deflection. You'll see people talking about Wonder Woman bracelets and the shields going up. You can go back and look in the chat room. But anyway, go ahead.
I believe women can go first.
So, in your personal life, do you forgive often?
No.
Why? How do you expect to have a long-term relationship if you don't plan on forgiving and forgiving often? How do you plan on having a long-term relationships if you don't plan on forgiving and forgiving often? If you type in all caps, you'll be timed out. If you use crazy foul words, you will be timed out.
I would say often that I've done a lot of work in some of my personal relationships. And when you kind of meet sometimes your situation with tools that your therapist has given you, the other person might recognize that as bad behavior. So.
Okay, let me try this, AJ. Can you talk to me like I'm 4 years old?
Yeah.
Okay, I asked you, how's that work do you forgive in your personal relationship? You said no, and I said why? Give me the answer like I'm a 4-year-old.
Sometimes I don't forgive because sometimes people don't deserve the forgiveness.
Thank you. Woo! Oh, hell no! I don't forgive because sometimes you peasants don't deserve it. I work too hard in my relationships and I do too much. I mean, you see how many $20 words I use in just one sentence. Can you imagine what kind of chef salad I'd make? It would have filet mignon chunks on it. So, I am not going to forgive you because you don't deserve it. And you wonder why you're alone. You're not perfect. No one's perfect. And you always tell men that not all women are like this and not all women like that. Well, it's situational. It's this, that. But all these this was another stuff Rebecca Lynn Pope was talking about. These very hard lines. So I was talking about forgiveness last night. And you can tell people who haven't forgiven themselves because they don't forgive nobody for nothing. That would serve you much better with men. So you don't forgive because they don't deserve the forgiveness. What do you mean?
I think that sometimes they don't appreciate when I come to the table with trying to really explain how I feel, and they recognize that as bad behavior instead of good communication.
They recognize when you try to come to the table and I don't feel like what they I don't forgive them because when I come to the table to explain how I feel with my entire goddamn copy of War and Peace, that the person who knows me and know I speak in War and Peace, they look at that as bad behavior instead of good intentions. But it's their fault because they don't want to hear a novel. I'm using her as an avatar to let you ladies understand that you're going to have to learn. You weren't raised with a father. You didn't play with boys. Most women your interaction with men is sexual. It's transaction. You don't have long-term relationships. You don't have a marriage. You don't have a history of being involved with a man. You don't know us. You don't understand us. You need us. You want us, but you don't understand us. And until you decide to humble yourself, become more empathetic, and decide to try to want to become successful in relationship, until it becomes the number one priority. Like how many times you've heard me tell a woman, you need to go after getting a man like you went after that degree? It takes work. How you feel? They say you're behaving bad.
Yeah, a lot of times people are of the opinion that when you bring up a situation, it's automatically negative and they don't want to heal it. And so they'll just put that negativity on you instead of trying to heal the situation.
Has it happened?
So
Has this
I
happened with
find
more than one
sometimes,
person?
sorry,
Has this happened with more than one person?
yes.
How many people would you say this has happened with?
Definitely a lot of my family members, maybe 4 family members.
So, do you make any? Let me go ahead and say this. It's not uncommon for people when they go to therapy to want to try to become miniature therapists to their family members. Because all the words she's going to be talking about is, well, I'm doing the work and I'm coming with this. You can tell she took cliff notes in the therapy session and then she's going to try to go use the other words on other people. That's not how you do that. That's like going to college and you learn something new and you go back to your family or your hood or whatever. You try to impress them with all the knowledge you learn. They just going to feel like you're being uppity and talking to them like they're dumb. Bad relationship skills. Boom, AJ, for the possibility. Maybe it's how you're giving it.
Oh, definitely. I've made room for that. And I feel like when I definitely sit there and talk in a very calm way, even with my therapist, it's the group therapy doesn't even sometimes go well. And I don't know what tools to use if none of the tools will work. And sometimes you just have to divest.
So when she's trying to talk in group therapy with other people who are getting work, and she's all out of her tools, and even those tools start working, sometimes you just have to divest. And I stopped it right there because you know what you're supposed to do right here? You're supposed to say, I'm sorry. I don't get it. Get out of your ego. I'm sorry. I'm messing up. I don't get it. I'm not understanding. My bad. I'm really trying. But instead, so many of our sisters have learned this maneuver. What does that mean?
Like take your energy away when you are meeting someone with energy and they aren't coming back with the reciprocity.
They're not coming back with the reciprocity. Let's go back to the slideshow, shall we? Are you where you thought you would be? Romantically? Why are you so quick to judge? Why are you so quick to throw people away? Why are you so quick to walk out, leave, or divorce? What's your longest relationship? Why did it end and who ended it? When did women become such snowflakes? How will these women handle really hard times like our forefathers and ancestors and everything else like this? What is it going to take for women to come back to relationships with men? Human beings are pretty simple. Human beings are pretty simple. And it sounds as though you've made us pretty complex when it comes down to interactions. We tend to treat people nice who treat us nice. We tend to treat people poorly who treat us poorly. If someone did wrong by you and they ask you to forgive them, do you forgive them?
If someone comes to me with a genuine apology, yes. But often that doesn't happen.
Wait for it.
Do I often forgive? No, because often the apology doesn't happen.
See that? No, I don't forgive, because often the apology doesn't happen. That's not true. The apology doesn't happen the way you want it to. They don't crawl across broken glass and kiss your ass. See, it is hard to have relationships when you feel like you're better than other people. When you feel like everybody else is always off, or you're the smartest person in the room and you got to put up with all us dummies. This is what men are often saying when women go get their college degree and education and career. The more stuff women know, the more you tend to act like this. And a lot of you guys aren't doing it on purpose. I get it, but it's still, this is what it tends to manifest. You've heard it so many times from men. And at the end of the day, we are the consumer of the product, which is you. Enough of you aren't being sold to new buyers. The car lot is full of you. Either we're going to do a factory recall, we're going to do a sale, we're going to have to do something, because you can't not force the consumer to buy a product that does not meet their needs. I said, if someone does something wrong and they ask for your forgiveness, do you forgive them? And you said, if they come to me with a genuine apology. Well, I just said they came to you and asked for forgiveness. That implies a genuine apology. But what you just said, see, what I'm hearing from you is you probably have a very high standard for how someone has to apologize and how you have to be communicated to. And you need to really feel like they really, really mean it.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. And did you answer? Well, yeah. Yeah, they got to really, really mean it before I even deign to give them a second chance. How do we have relationships if this is how hard it is? If the end result of all that college education and schooling and masters and this and that and maneuvering and sorority, if the end result is this, how do we do anything? You can't have a black nothing if you don't have black. You can't have a black community. You can't have black nothing if you don't have black relationships.
I feel like a sincere apology.
That's bullshit.
You're saying a sincere apology isn't.
No, I'm saying you're not God. What I'm saying is I've asked you several times to make it simple, but you're going to. Let me go ahead and address this. That was the attempt to flip it and gaslight it. You're saying that I don't deserve a sincere apology? Everybody in the chat room and everybody on the show knew exactly what you were saying. That shit don't work over here. We're a little quicker on the uptake over here. Give it to me the way you want to give it to me. But when someone does the same thing to you, if someone comes to you and asks you for forgiveness, you want them to give it to you the way you want it given. But you don't even do that to me. So I said it's bullshit. It's hypocritical, man. That's why I said if you have had this situation happen with multiple people, you're the only common denominator.
Well, I would have to say that I've spoke to my therapist about this, and sometimes when you come from toxic situations, especially family.
Mm-hmm. How long you been with the therapist? That was the attempt to blame shift. Again, all the words I will have to say that when I talk to my therapist, and you come from a toxic family, toxic situation. The world don't owe you understanding. And here's the thing: I want you guys to ask yourself a question. Go back in time. Go back to where you couldn't report. I have an ingrown fingernail and 15 SWAT officers show up. Snowflakes.
4 years.
And you're 33?
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, the world does not owe me or you understanding. If you've been with it for 4 years,
Yes.
have you had any more success in your personal life?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like cutting off some of my family
No,
members
no,
was
no, no.
necessary.
When your personal, let me clarify. Your personal romantic life.
Yes.
Okay. So, are you in a long-term relationship right now?
No.
When was the last long-term romantic relationship you had?
3 years ago.
But how can you say you've had more success in that?
More success in terms of healing, in terms
Well,
of when
no,
you
no,
said,
no, 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 no. See, that was I asked that question very simply.
no, I answered your previous question when you just said,
I
as
know. Okay,
your
let
personal
me
life.
run it back. You've been with the therapist for 4 years, and I'm
Yeah.
trying to see if it's worked. And I said, well, you say you've been here for 4 years. The world does not owe you and me understanding, but let's test it. Would you say you've had more success in your relationships? You said yes. And I said, let me clarify your personal romantic relationships. You said yes. And I said, okay, what's your longest? Are you in a long term romantic relationship? You said no. I said, how long ago was your last long term relationship? You said 3 years. If you've only been with your therapist for 4 years and the last relationship you had was 3 years ago, you haven't had any success in personal romantic relationships post therapy.
I wouldn't say that because
That's simple math, ma'am. That's not. There's no nuance right there.
I guess I don't really like judge the success in terms of length of the relationship.
33 years old, and every time I ask about a relationship, she's always talking about family, her interaction with families. Most 33-year-old women, years gone by, would have expected to be married, or at least in a serious relationship with a man. But today, so many of our sisters are so far, have so little expectation for a serious relationship or marriage, it doesn't even come across, it doesn't even reach the frontal lobe. When I'm asking her about relationship, the implications of man, and she's talking about her family. And when I said it before, 33, we got to stop calling 33-year-old women young women. You're not a young woman at 33. You're a full woman at 33. And when in regards to marriage, you're old. At 33, you are not a young woman. You stop being a young woman at 26. 25 is your last young woman birthday. 26, you are a woman. At 30, you're a full woman. At 33, you're old for marriage, but you are certainly a grown woman. And she's ultimately saying that I don't judge successful relationships on their maintenance. Did I just? Okay. In your personal relationships with men, have they become easier?
Yes.
Have they become more productive?
Yes.
Where is the proof of that?
The proof of it is in my peace of mind. It's in the quality of men that I've dated. It's also within my mental health.
The proof would be if you had a fucking man. That's the only way to prove that, ma'am.
Well, I guess maybe it's time to stop because I don't know why you're cursing at me. I guess
Yeah,
you're.
get the fuck off my phone.
Bye.
Cursing at you because you're a fucking mess. Look, that went there for a very simple reason. Therapy's not supposed to be long term. You deal with your issues and you keep it moving. It's not meant to be 4 or 5 years. If you're with a therapist for 4 years and you still don't have a man, you have better, longer lasting relationships, there's a problem. And that's what I wanted to get to. Selena, you can unmute yourself. Your picture's not up there. Hey, but what did I did I get something wrong? What's up?
Well, first I would like for you to check out my Instagram before.
Okay, I don't know your Instagram, but you can.
I'm about to put it in the chat now.
And how old are you?
I'm 24.
Okay. And how'd
But
you
I don't
find
think
my
you got
channel?
me. Oh, you really just popped up in my suggestions.
Okay, cool. So what can I help you with?
Okay, so right now I am in therapy. I've been in therapy for about a year.
Okay.
I am a college grad. I do want to go back to school, and I definitely want to work. I think two incomes are definitely better than one.
Okay.
I am a little nervous because
What are
you
you in
are
therapy
like,
for?
I guess, daddy issues.
Okay.
So I wanted to get that sorted out earlier
Okay.
on, so I can just go ahead and be, free to love.
Okay. So ultimately, this is that high value thing. And are you saying you want a high value man or husband?
Yes, I do. I definitely do.
What
My
is a high
brother is
value man?
definitely.
What is a high value man as a husband? What is his
He's
benefit to you? Now, I understand
well,
what he
he's
is.
a
What is his benefit to you?
to lead and to provide and to make sure our family grows in the right direction.
Well, you don't have to be a high value man to do that.
Okay.
So let's be honest. What's a high value man's benefit to you?
Well, I think I consider myself, I don't want to say a 10 or a 9, but
What's a high
I would
value
like
man's
a high
benefit?
value man.
What if you say what?
I would like a high value
Of course
man.
you
I
would.
mean, I just
But what is his benefit to you?
the experience of dating would be different.
Why?
The lifestyle
Why?
would be different
Why?
because his mentality is different.
Let's go ahead and get to it. A high value man's benefit to you would be money and resources.
Even if I have my own money.
I've asked you several different ways, man, but you won't get to it.
Okay, money and resources.
I mean, you don't. Do you want to tell the truth or not? Because
No,
you
please.
said a high value man because he can lead in this and that. Well, you don't have to be a high value man. High value men are rare. That means that if you're not a high value man, you can't lead a family. That's not true. Dating and lifestyle, dating would be different. No, it wouldn't. Not necessarily. Where you might go may be different. Life and mentality, not necessarily. Let's get to it. A high value man would benefit you because of money. And that's okay. But you need to say it.
Okay, money and resources.
All right. And then what are your looks worth?
Well, most people say I should model, and I'm very beautiful. So, but again, I sent you my Instagram for you to go decide on it for yourself.
I got it, but I'm asking you, what are your looks worth?
To me, it's worth a lot because that's the first thing that people see about you. Like that's the first thing that
Where would
they
you
want.
rank yourself on a scale from 1 to 10? And you can't use 7, just your face.
Just my face, I would say an 8.
And do you think 8s get men who are in the top 10%? Top 5? Actually, not top 10%. Well, actually, what you want is closer to men in the top 5 or top 1%. Because how many kids do you want to have?
Maybe just 1 or 2.
1? No, you don't. No, 1. Do you want to work?
Yes, I want to work.
All right. See, one of the things I think women should understand is just because you may be attractive, that doesn't automatically mean that you get a high value man. That just means you're in a high value conversation. High value men are less than 10% of the population. And for the kind who can take care of an entire family, that's 5 to. So if you're talking about 10 men who are making 6 figures or more, that's That's fine to want it, man, but it's really unrealistic for most women to get that. So, would you not marry? Would you not date a man if he's not high value? If he's not earning six figures?
Um,
What you go to school? What are you going to school for?
I went to school for biology. I want to go either. I
Okay.
want to go get my master's in MD or PA.
Uh-huh. And do what with it?
Either dermatology or a physician's assistant to a dermatologist.
Uh-huh. And how much do PAs make?
About 100K a year
Where?
in Georgia.
Okay. Um, you're about to price yourself out of the market, young lady.
How?
Because high value men get to decide. It's competitive.
But okay, if I would,
Okay, you asked. You can. Okay, don't give me the whiny thing. I'm just telling you. Don't get offended. I'm just saying high value men. Okay, there are 100 women in a room, right?
okay,
And 20 of them are eights, nines, and tens. Okay, 20 of them
okay,
fall in that range, right? Only 10 of the men fall in the $100,000 or more. So automatically it's 2 to 1. And the higher up in income you go, the more narrow it gets. It's all tilted to the men at this side. So you may be attractive, but you got to be prettier than the next girl, the next woman, and everything else. If you're only looking at men who are in the top 10%, that means 9 out of 10 men you're overlooking. And ma'am, you're right there on the cusp. I would give you an adjustable 6. That means you can't.
go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. I understand this is
No, I
hard.
wanted to hear what you have to
No, go
say.
ahead. No, go ahead. No, you go ahead. I know this is hard to hear. Go ahead.
No, it's not hard to
I said I
hear.
would
I
give you
mean,
an adjustable 6. What do you think about that?
I an adjustable 6. I don't necessarily agree with that. Just based off of where I go, different types of men,
Where do
black
you
men,
go?
white men,
Where do you go?
out to the store,
What store?
out and
What
about,
store? Give me
Sprouts.
Sprouts. Okay, you go to.
Yes, different
So do you?
malls,
So what mall?
maybe like Lenox,
Right. I live
Perimeter,
here too,
higher end
ma'am.
malls.
What Sprouts are you talking about? There's not a cover charge to get in Sprouts.
It's not a cover charge, but
What
I'm just
store do
saying,
you
like,
go to in Lenox Mall?
just different stores
What
in the
store do
mall.
you go to in Lenox Mall?
Why does that have to be so specific?
Are you really think you're gonna play this with me?
I'm not trying to play anything with
Answer the
you, but I'm
question
just
or get off
saying.
my phone. I ask you, what store do you go to? What stores are you talking about? See, and what you've already proved right there, man, is you don't have the attitude to deal with a high value man. That little sass ain't gonna fly. Who do you think you're talking to?
I'm talking to Kevin Samuels.
Yeah,
That's who I'm talking
and a man who
to.
knows what it means to be high value, has high value clients, and telling you you're not what you think you are. And that bothers
Okay.
you. And I ask you, what
That doesn't
stores do you
bother
go
me.
to? What stores do you go to in Lenox Mall? Give me some stores.
Maybe like Armani Exchange,
Okay.
Macy's.
Okay. The cheap
Um,
stores. See, I live in Neiman Marcus. I live in Louis Vuitton. I live in Cartier. I live in Fendi. I live in Carolina Herrera.
well, I don't really like.
I don't care what you like. That's where high value men go. See, they don't go to Macy's. Middle class people go to Macy's. No offense. Middle class chicks go to Macy's. See, you
But you
don't.
can
No,
be a
ladies,
high
don't
value
talk
woman
to
and
me. You
still just
listen because
walk.
I know it's hard to hear when you think you're better than you are. I get it. I get it. But see, you let people talk long enough and they'll tell you, oh, you are. I gave you an adjustable 6. That's not an insult. Unmute yourself.
I'm not insulted by that.
Oh, yes, you. Oh, ma'am.
I
See,
was in
see.
fact, I
First
was
of all,
expecting to
what I
hear
need you to
that.
do is when I start speaking, I need you to go ahead and allow me to speak.
You're starting to speak louder, and you're starting to raise your tone. That is a tell. What do I do for a living or for a career?
Could you repeat that one
What's
again?
my profession?
You are an image consultant and a
Right,
YouTuber.
right. I'm an image consultant. YouTube is just something I do, which means I package people, which means it is my profession to evaluate men and women. So when I get paid to do this, you having somebody tell you at Sprouts you should model is great. But when you go to an
No,
actual
not at Sprouts, but also in
listen,
college.
lady.
In college as
Oh
well. I'm
Jesus.
just saying. I'm
Okay,
just saying.
see, it's very hard for women to hear that they're not as hot as they think they are. See, if you had to go get an actual agent, they would send you to somebody like me and they would actually give you an up and down evaluation. If you actually had to go do real modeling, you would have to come out in a really skimpy bikini so they could look at all your imperfections. Have you ever done any of that?
Yes, I have. Yes, I
And
have.
has anyone signed you?
I've had some
Has
offers, but I
anyone
didn't take those
signed
offers because
you?
I wasn't sure
Has
what I wanted to.
anyone signed
I
you? Has anyone signed you?
yes, yes,
Guys,
yes,
understand something.
yes, yes,
Guys,
yes,
understand something. When
yes.
you're dealing with a certain kind of, this is best of luck, ma'am. Trying to find a high value man at Macy's. Good luck.
Good luck to you. You just
No,
lost a
no, no, no.
subscriber.
I'm
Goodbye.
fine. I'm fine,
Goodbye.
little silly. I'm fine, little silly girl. See, uh, you tell a woman you cannot tell black women the truth without them getting mad. But since you think I don't know what I'm talking about, we can go ahead and put your IG up there and let the crowd decide. Since I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Fashion model. Okay? I wasn't trying to be insulting to you, but see, when you think you're more than you are, people tend to get really pissed off. Hmm. Oh, yeah. Oh, that would be too easy. I'm trying to be as word this as tactfully as I can, but I'm just gonna go ahead and I don't know where so many women get off thinking that you're all that. I don't understand where average women get off thinking you're all that. The thing that you bank most of your life on comes standard on every model. The only thing that makes that special is how we feel about you. That comes on every model. But you see what so many of our women get told. That, hello?
Hi.
Hello?
Hi, calling from Berkeley, California.
What's your first name?
My name is Lavinia.
Have you called me before?
No, sir.
Okay. What did I get wrong on the topic?
It's not a matter of getting it wrong. Each individual woman has their own set of challenges. What you described prior, big girl became upset at you because she thought that you were a matchmaker. I actually
No, she didn't think I was
value.
no, she didn't think I was a matchmaker. She knew exactly what I was. She got upset because I told her the truth of her existence that had borne out through
Okay,
her
so
relationships. A lot of big women don't like to hear the truth.
well, the thing about me is I've been married 3 times. Um, I've always had what you may call favor or good luck with men that were
Ma'am, do me a favor. Do me a
pretty.
favor. Do me a favor. I'm running the show. Kindly, kind of get to the point so we can get into it.
I'm just wondering, I'm overweight. I'm 53,
Okay. And how much do you weigh?
249,
And how tall are you?
5'7", 40-inch legs.
I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but go ahead.
I'm sorry?
I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but go ahead. But
I just wanted to get feedback from you. What is the reason right now I have, I guess, unintended boyfriend who basically can offer me nothing?
okay, please say that again. I don't get it. You have a
He can offer me no financial stability.
oh, okay. You been married 3 times?
Yes, and
Hold on,
the
hold on. How
my
many children do you
third,
have? How many children do you have?
I have two.
And how
They're
old is
the
your
age is
oldest?
34.
Okay, how old?
They're twins. They're 34. They're twins.
Okay, they're 34 and they're twins. And did you go to college?
Yes, I did.
And what's your degree in?
Business administration.
What do you do for a living?
Actually, nothing now. I actually had 3 strokes, and I'm sort of lucky to be walking, living, and still able to wear heels after
Why you
a year.
wear heels?
Yeah, still able to wear heels.
And your question is why you have a boyfriend who can't offer you financial stability?
I've never had a boyfriend like this. And I'm just wondering, is it
When's the last time you weighed 120 pounds?
2013?
So 7 years ago, you were half the size you are now.
Exactly. So after I had the strokes, I became extremely depressed.
Okay, ma'am. I got to get to. So you've been married 3 times. I don't know what question you're trying to answer me. You're trying to ask me why you can't get a man who's making good money.
Yes.
Because men who's making good money don't want a woman that's your size with your background.
Well, I have 30 years in healthcare administration. Does that not mean anything?
No.
Right. You're absolutely right.
Men don't judge women by that. Men judge women by how hot you are.
Right.
I mean, seriously, man.
Okay.
I mean, is this a serious question that you're asking me?
I'm serious. Like, dead serious.
Okay.
Because this
But
man wants to marry me.
But 53 years old. So are you saying you had strokes when you were 120 pounds?
Yeah, it was, my mom was dying. My grandparents died.
Ma'am, most people don't, unless you have a family history of hypertension, heart problems, most people don't have strokes at healthy weights.
Well, they do. I do on my mom's side. There is.
All right. Okay. So
It's hereditary.
I won't deal. I'll just say in the norm. It is very unlikely. It's not the norm for black women of your age to be 53. So 7 years ago, you were 120 pounds at age 46. I don't believe that.
150. And this actually happened because I was.
All right, ma'am. I don't believe
running and jumping and.
I don't believe it. But I'll say okay. But I'll just tell you I don't believe.
Okay.
But the net of it is, why would a man who's making money? I mean, I don't understand why are you worried about that? Why do you want to know? Why do you want a man's money?
It's not so much that I want a man's money. I want him to be able to bring to the table what I can.
You don't have anything to bring to the table. You don't have a job.
But I have my retirement,
And how much is that?
2,000 a month.
That's $24,000 a year. You're broke.
True.
See, that's why I don't understand, ma'am. I'm trying to be nice, but you're 250
No,
pounds.
don't be nice.
Well,
Please
yes, I'm
be
trying
direct.
to be nice because I have a show to do. But I'm trying to
Okay.
understand, why do you? I mean, that's your picture. I'm not gonna put it up on screen. You're not a model.
No.
You've never been. No one's said you're gorgeous. I mean, you're average. So why do you think average people get above average money from men?
That makes sense, dear sir. It does. Now that you put it like that, you're right.
But what I don't understand is how so many black women have gotten so deluded. You're roughly my age, ma'am, and I grew up. When did you get this far off? We grew up watching Vanity and Apollonia and Vanessa Williams and Claire Huxtable and Lisa Bonet
Right.
and all these people. You ain't none of that.
Right.
So why do you think you get a man who's talking about bringing something to the table when you don't have income? You're lucky to get a man, period. And you're talking about the man the man you're dealing with, he's not what?
He's not as financially stable as I am.
You're not financially stable. You have retirement. And is that medical disability?
Yes, and I get retirement from my job.
And your job was a state job? A federal job?
Yes, I worked. Actually, I
All
worked
right.
for the state
Okay.
Medi-Cal.
Okay. So you're fortunate to have state benefits, and you got to do. Does he have a job?
Not at all.
And why are you dealing with him?
At the time, to be
Because he's the
honest, I
best
felt
you could
like I
get.
could do no
Because
better.
he's the best you could get.
Right. Wow.
But ma'am, you're 5'7", 150 pounds. Had 3 strokes, and you talking about walking around wearing heels. Why are you in heels? See,
Well,
let me
was a
talk to
model.
the channel. See, black women, delusion is dangerous to your health. This woman on this phone is delusional. I'm talking about she's got 40-inch legs and got heels. She's 3 strokes and still trying to be fine. What the French toast? Talking about get a man to bring to the table, and you're on every bit of government assistance. $2,000 a month in California, you are broke.
I hear you.
I'm talking to the channel. This is why I said we have a problem with relationship. To even when you have somebody, he ain't good enough. I don't get you ladies. I really don't. I don't get so many of our sisters at point.
Well, I do thank you for your feedback, and you are absolutely correct.
Ma'am, I think you knew that already.
You know, I guess I was in denial because my last husband was so good, but he died. I mean, really a good man. And I just don't think I'll ever get anyone like that again.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Dude, I'm sitting to the point to where I'm really to the. Some people are like people are trolling. No, I don't think y'all understand. There's a lot of this in my generation from 36 to 60. There's a lot of this. There's a lot of this. And think about it. If we weren't talking about black folks, white women like to pass through callers. They got their men. So the Hispanic women, Asian women, Middle Eastern women, they got their men. Black women feel like no. Let me say this: the lowest of black women still feel like they're higher than black men. Gentlemen, you got to mess up that pretty. And she has to be willing to let you mess her pretty up. If she's not willing to let you mess her pretty up, if she always has to look a certain way in front of her, you better watch it. You better watch it. You better watch it. Why is all this important? Because that's part of the girlfriend experience. Because a woman who's willing to let you mess her pretty up is a woman who's submitted to you. A woman who's on your program, a woman who's willing to look ugly in front of you is a woman who is willing to be real. If she's not willing to look ugly in front of you, she's not willing to be real. And you better watch, you better understand, there's some shit that's still left. You need to ask why. And if it's something you feel like you want to pursue, then pursue. But make no mistake. Demon time. That's right, man. That's right. But anyway, the Grinch that stole Christmas. The Grinch that stole Christmas. A lot of modern men and women have had relationships stole from them. A lot of people have had relationships stolen from them. And I want to give them back. Oh yeah, you're in the dark. Yeah, you're in the dark. Yeah. Ever dated with someone who never took their makeup off, even sleeping? Yeah, I have. Yeah, and predictably, you know how it ended. Horribly. Horribly. Why it ended horribly? Because she was hiding. That's not even normal. There was an insecurity there. It ended horribly. I mean, think about it. In life, it's going to have to happen. If you're around somebody, they're going to get. I mean, think about what you talk about. What's going to happen? If you get married, you're going to see them pregnant, swole up. You get married, they're going to have diarrhea in front of you. They're going to have their cycle in front of you. They're going to have all kind of stuff in front of you. You might as well get to it. Women going to get to the good part. Get on to the good part. And men look at it like, ladies, when you're willing to be real in front of us is when we're willing to start really saying, okay, you don't know what you got until she's really ready to be real. Yeah, I got people over here, but I don't have people in the stream yards who are on camera. So I'm gonna get up out of here. I still have my show to do on Monday. But ladies, remember what I said. All joking aside, if you are what you're looking for, if you're really a wife, that's step one. Step two, you're dating with intention. And step three, you are providing the girlfriend experience: peace, tranquility, affection, respect, and support. Peace, tranquility, respect, affection, and support. Top of that list is respect. Second, affection. Third, peace. RAP, support, tranquility. I guess I could spell it traps. They spell traps. But I don't like the word trap. But if that's the girlfriend experience, if you're willing to be ugly in front of him, men like it when our women are ugly in front of us. Let's go ahead and tell some truth, gentlemen.
Gentlemen, let's be honest. I'm thinking. I'm gonna be. I'm gonna say something, guys. Tell it. I know for me, the first time I saw when I my real relationships, the first time I saw my lady without makeup, I liked it. I mean, you just like fresh out of the shower, no makeup. Because think about when you go on the first, second, third date, you see them at their best. They're all made up. You're looking good, smelling good. But when you finally see your woman in her natural state, she sleeps over, she wakes up, there it is. Or she comes out of the shower, clean face, there it is. And we like seeing you like that because you're different. They take off those heels, they take off that dress. What it is, ladies, is you're lying. When you're all made up, you're lying. You're hiding. You're in special effects. You're not being real. And we don't trust you. We don't trust you. We like seeing it, but we don't believe it. We don't believe it. We want to, but we can't because we're seeing an optical illusion. We're seeing a presentation. We're seeing your representative. But when you're comfortable enough to be real in front of us, that's when we start to trust you. That's when we start to let you in those places that you want to get to. But you got to earn that. When you're comfortable enough to be ugly around us, and you know a lot of women are like, oh, I don't want to be at my best. I don't be that. No, 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 no. Well, if you ain't seen her at her worst, you haven't seen her in her natural state, you ain't got nothing. I'm putting a lot of you ladies up on game tonight. You want to get in with a man? You better put yourself in your natural state. Telling you, in your natural state is when a man finally is like, okay, you gain respect from us that way. You earn respect. Because now you get into the real stuff. It's just like after a man busts off. It's called post climax clarity. What he's saying after that is generally how he feels. And all this stuff I'm saying is we have forgotten how to do relationships. I don't mind going over the basics, the 101 stuff. So men and women don't feel weird or out of place for having to go through this. This is a good thing. I guarantee you tonight, gentlemen, I have changed some women's lives by telling them about the girlfriend experience and what it means to us. A girlfriend respects us. She is affectionate. That's emotional availability, that girly stuff. The thing that affection is when your grandmother used to kiss your temple or your mother used to really hug you. That's affection. That's the hugging. It's not the sex. The affection is not the sensuality. Affection. That means something to us. Respect, affection, peace, support, tranquility. You got it. You win. If you're dealing with a man who's marriage minded and you're marriage minded and you're a wife and you're dating with intention, it's a foregone conclusion. All right, I got to get up out of here, y'all. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's. More stuff in New Year on the ground. Appreciate it. You, Luke Hazley, y'all. Appreciate it. Post nut clarity is real. It certainly is. And see, the thing is, the way I vet now, man, I deal with women that I like in every other room, including the bedroom, because I know me. And see, none of the stuff I should have said offends wives and who offends women who really want to be with a man. Who want to be a girlfriend, fiance, and a wife to men. It offends modern women. That's who gets offended, and they're welcome to it. They're welcome to it. They're welcome to it. All right, folks. Y'all know how we do. Till next time. Peace. We're gone. Merry Happy Christmas, Hana Kwanzaa. Merry Happy Christmas, Hana Kwanzaa.